everyone to the home of the Kansas State Wildcats, Bill Snyder Family Stadium. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the Houston Cougars, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Kansas State Wildcats. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Houston ready to boot it deep and get this game going. Let's see what he can do with the return. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Kansas State Wildcats offense is on the field for the first time today. And they're going to be met by one of the best defenses in the nation, David. And I know seeing a defense doing what they want, when they want to do it, makes you a happy man.
Well, defense is starting to make a comeback. I'm excited about this new era of football. We're seeing better tackling, and we're seeing better coverage than we were a couple of years ago. And this defense is fun to watch. Fun to watch them on tape. Fun to talk to their coaches. Jesse, this defense has been consistent all year long.
And they're dialed in, and they're so talented. They've got multiple NFL draft picks on that side of the football, and they don't have to change a lot week to week. This defense dominates. They do what they do, and they don't care if you know it. You can't do anything against them.
Scanning the field, it's Dyer. Finds the tight end. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. The Wildcats in a good spot here with second and short. Wide receiver comes in motion. Gonna look downfield again. Grabbed in the middle. It's Oakley. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Sweet cut there. Breaks into the open. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving.
And I tell you what, I love this call early in the game. You know why? You get your quarterback hit early. He gets hit. Wait a minute. Nerves settle. Everything's good. You show him, the defense, that he's a threat to run the football. I love that call early in the football game.
They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Touchdown, Kansas State. Made the grab in the end zone for the score. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Houston's offense will get the ball for the first time. And, David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football game. That's not where he's at right now.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And you had all day to stew on and get excited and dream about getting sacks, and it took no longer than the first play to get to the quarterback, get him on the ground. This defense has been doing it all year long.
Now the play fake. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. The Power Cats have powered up the noise to try to help this defense on third down. Back to throw, it's Harold. He lost one down the sideline. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. Houston will be forced to punt. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll run the option. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And that's exactly what the defense wants you to do. Go east-west, and the quarterback gets strung out, doesn't pull the trigger and really make a decision. You'd like to see him stick his foot in the ground, get north-south, get more of a plus yardage on this play. Nice job by the defense.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Wildcats come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And how about that defense in the backfield? Nowhere to go right away. You could tell they were playing the run game all the way, and they got in the backfield and got the tackle for a loss.
On 4th down, going to the air. Quickly to the tight end. Across the 25, he's got room. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. Kansas State has it with another 1st and 10. They'll run the option. And the ball is free on the pitch. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it.
Man, and this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. Doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
And the Wildcats with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to pass, it's Dyer. Looking to buy time. He's going to run it. Open space at the 25. Stumbled to the ground.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field. There's nothing you can do about it.
He wants to change this route. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Throw to the end zone, picked off. He stopped, not much on the return. A whole lot in getting the football. Takes the handoff. It's Sanford. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Houston going up tempo.
Well, we know this offense obviously really struggled their last time out, and they knew coming into this one they would have to.
It's a fumble. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look.
Yeah, the receivers got to do a better job in ball security there with all those defenders trying to rip it free. And this offense is lucky they were able to jump on it to keep possession.
So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete. Houston sends the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in, looking for space. Slips through the line. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. They'll try the right side. And here's the tackle at the line of scrimmage, and that'll send us to the second quarter. That's the end of the period, and Kansas State is on top. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. First play of the period will be a second down. Making side adjustments here. Jump the gun just a bit, and we've got a false start.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Second down coming up. To throw, it's Dyer. Incomplete, and man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception. Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's third down from the 45. Quick toss. Oh, he's got some space. Picks up the first down, still moving. A tremendous run. He was full bore after taking that pitch. Just sweet execution. It's first down from the 37-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Back to pass. With the catch, it's Blow. He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Passing game very effective on second down. What about here on third? From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab along the sidelines, but it'll be a little short of the first down.
Oh, he just needed to stretch the ball out a few inches more, and he would have picked up the first down. It was a great individual effort there on third down, getting back a bunch of yards, and now they're in a position to go for it here on fourth.
Tries to get it on the ground, and he gets it out past the sticks. It'll be first down for Kansas State. That conversion sets a tone, but that's also really part of their MO. They're going to go for it on fourth and short.
Yeah, it's a body blow, and it's demoralizing. It's a good point, Reese. When you go for it like that and you go get it, you're essentially telling the opponent, look, you can't stop us. Next time we get in a similar situation, we're going to do the exact same thing, and there ain't nothing you can do about it.
Line getting set on second down. Looking downfield, it's Dyer. Quick strike complete. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
And guys, how many first downs is that? Just on this drive alone? I mean, this defense allows 1 or 2 more drives like this, and they're going to be gassed by the third quarter.
Kansas State back at it after picking up the first down. They're looking to pass from the red zone. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
I think this defense moving forward has to be able to finish plays. On that second down, quarterback had nowhere to go with it, and the defense had an opportunity to get to him, get him on the ground, setting up 3rd and long, but because they couldn't do that and let him spring free, it's now 3rd and manageable. This defense just making life hard on themselves right now because they're not finishing these plays.
Nice job by this offense converting the 3rd down. Listen, 3rd and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. 3rd downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
Goes to the option. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. The 40. Running inside the 20. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Houston.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. He's got him at the 45 on his way. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one. Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. Looking for a crease. It's Edwards. This has been happening all night. They stubbornly keep giving him the ball, and the defense is all over it.
And the defense was locked in. You could tell they saw it. They reacted right away. Got the running back on the ground immediately.
Here's the pressure. He was able to squirt free and pick up a few and avoid a negative play there. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. The play action fake. Sends it downfield. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
Oh, he dropped it, just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while. The Houston offense ready to go back to work. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Makes the catch. It's Thomas. They'll immediately call timeout.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Houston will be forced to punt. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Fires to the big fella. Oh, did you like that stiff arm? Get a face full of that as he gets it up to the 34. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. To the air, it's Dyer. Unloads it left. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. The Wildcats come to the line on third and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Trying to convert. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. The Wildcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Finds his man. It's Richardson. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Now, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. And the Wildcats are at the line looking to convert on third and short. They're going to try to throw for it on third down. Grabbed on the outside, it's Weaver. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. He'll pull it down. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could. Just enough time to get off one more snap. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Men, it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in Manhattan. And it's been a hard-fought battle today. Two teams out there playing ball and treating this crowd to a memorable first half. Seems to me, and I know I'm going to sound like a coach here, the team that limits turnovers and strings together productive drives is going to be the one celebrating a well-earned victory today.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Smith. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Houston wants to play fast. They give it to him again. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Just listen to the little apple. You can hear it all the way to the big apple as they try to get the defense off the field. And it's an incomplete pass over the middle.
You sort of get the feeling here in the second half with the game tied. It very easily could come down to which of these two quarterbacks has the football last. Bit of a blown opportunity there on third down with that incompletion. This guy's going to have to lock in for the remainder of the game.
And no shot at a return here as the punt flies out of bounds. K-State has the ball back and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. He'll ride his man on the option. Now the toss. Turning it on. And he caught that pitch in stride and was off to the races. A big gain and a first down for this offense. And the Wildcats come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. They'll give it to him again. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
That's a really good job on the defense, reacting to what they see. They see the quarterback flip it forward on the touch pass. Now got to go get it, right? Corral that football. He picked up some yards, yeah, but you didn't give up that big explosive play. And now you have to make him earn it now on the next down.
The Wildcats really need to keep this drive alive on third down. On the option. Now the pitch. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picked up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch? This Kansas State offense is moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw, it's Dyer. Flips it out on the screen. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. You can hand it to him. You can throw it to him. Either way, he's making his presence felt.
Those are your favorite plays, Reese, the him plays, right? They're finding ways to get him the ball because he can make plays, whether it's running or receiving out of the backfield. They're going to continue to highlight this guy.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The Wildcats come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Off the RPO, complete. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. From the gun, running back on the move. He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in their favor.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Offside. Defense.
So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. And the defense was anxious to get off the ball quickly. Instead, it's just a little bit closer for the offense. Trying to ball his way in. Touchdown, Wildcats! And that one will give them the lead. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
You talk to any quarterback, Jesse, and they love finding the big tight end. Hard to overthrow the big fellas with the big reach, the nice mitts, nice catch by the tight end.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Hold it, finds his man on the left. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Houston going up tempo. Looking downfield, it's Harrell. Right on the money. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
That's caught. It's Sanford. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. They'll go to work in the air on second down. The sure hands, it's Williams. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. The Cougars with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Thomas. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that they're looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Just a short pass to the tight end. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. So we open the final period with a third down play. Back to throw, it's Harrell. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but we left some points off the scoreboard there.
And the Wildcats can really attack on this 2nd and short. On the option. Now the pitch. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the first down on the play.
You can skin the cat a lot of different ways. You're just trying to get enough yards to pick up that first down. It's not the dive man. It's not the quarterback. He makes the right read, pitches it out, and he's just able to get enough to keep these sticks moving.
And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
And the Wildcats with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. On the option. They'll give it to the back. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke. Not much room to run.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time. They're able to make a quick stop.
And I think this will go a long way in determining the outcome of this football game. They're able to run the football with the lead late in this game. That's a good sign for this offense.
To the air, it's Dyer. Unloads to the wideout. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Now inside 4 minutes to go here on second down. The give as they work on that clock. Just a 1-yard gain leaves them with 3rd and 9.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Might be calling a hot route. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got a man, it's Oakland. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the 1st down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
They make the stop after a pickup of 3 just inside the red zone at the 19.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 16.
Great job on the defense, seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
The Wildcats come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. To the air, it's Dyer. Quick completion on the out route. He's run out of bounds, but they've got it now 1st and goal. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. After another clutch 3rd down conversion, it's 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Moves around to clear up the vision. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Kansas State! They put another one on the board here in the 4th quarter, and how about this team? Just a lone blemish on the resume and about to go to 10-1. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Texas is trailing, but they are within striking distance. Kind of like when Major Applewhite turned a huge deficit in the 2001 Holiday Bowl into a win. Maybe today is deja vu.
Looking for a man. It's Harrell. Puts it out of the air.
It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Tennessee. We'll keep an eye on things until the final horn in a game that could shake things up a bit in the SEC.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. And the Cougars in the hurry up.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of it.
Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. Wants to go up top on first down. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. Caught close to the marker, it's Thomas. They'll stop him right there, but it is enough for a Houston first down. From the red zone, looking for a man. Catch in the middle, it's Sanford. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Back to pass on 2nd down. Pocket breaking down. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Wants to keep it in the air. He's got it and still on his feet. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. And the quarterback goes down. There is a penalty flag on the field, but I think the defense might have the option just to take this play. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Now on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw, it's Harold. It's complete to the left. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Got to get to the line quickly for this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. A 4th quarter field goal down by this much. That's a lot like putting a lipstick on the throws toward the end zone. He's picked off and he's thrown a dozen of them.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
And this offense, you can tell, just still feeling confident. Like, they have the lead. It's the 4th quarter. First down, that's not a running play. That's a passing play. They're really in a rhythm, feeling good about themselves.
He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the first down.
It's really easy to be a quarterback in an offense that runs the football and then runs play action. It makes it simple. It makes the reads easy. It sucks the linebackers and safeties up where I can just make plays right behind them.
Motion from the wideout. Calls his own number. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. So now it's 2nd and long. To the air, it's Dyer. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. Touchdown, Wildcats! And they take it in for 6 more points. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead. It's a fake, and the holder showing off that arm. They get to him, and boy, did this defense need that. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. After this, it'll be a wrap. Looking to throw on first down. He's taking a deep shot. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything.